Welcome to our show, A Man's Journey. My name is Mo.
And I'm Tshepo. Thank you for joining us today. Today we have Alsinio Philander joining us. Alsinio is a photographer as well as a videographer, and he'll be telling us a bit more today about his experience within photography as well as videography. Alsinio, thank you for joining us today.
Hi there, it's great to be here with you guys.
Thank you very much, Alsinio. This is a continuation of our photography and how to become a photographer session. So, Alsinio, tell them a bit about yourself. Who is Alsinio Philander?
Yeah. I wouldn't know exactly how to describe myself, but yeah, I'm Alsinio Philander. I'm a media specialist, not only specializing in photography, but videography, sound engineering, and graphic designing as well. But today I'll be covering some photography tips with you guys, I guess.
Thank you, man.
Thank you very much.
So let's jump straight into it. What led you to photography? Let's start with photography. What led you to photography?
Tshepo, that's a funny story. Eh? It's a funny story because it wasn't what I expected. It's not what I wanted to do. It just popped up. It popped up from nowhere. I matriculated in 2014. I've come across a place in Westbury called the Westbury Youth Center, and I've become a facilitator in one of those programs, and those programs grew into a media hub. So in that media hub, we've created a course which covers photography, videography, sound engineering, radio production, and you can think about it all. But it wasn't what I wanted to do. I'm a sound engineer by origin. But because of Media Lab Productions and the Westbury Youth Center, that's what drove me and led me to photography and my love for photography.
Nice.
So it actually chose you. It actually chose you. You didn't choose that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What type of photography do you do?
Well, I specialize in a lot of events photography, candid photography. So I do a lot of events. It can anything that you can think of which consists of an event, whether it be weddings, birthday parties, anything. That's what I specialize in. I do a lot of events, even private photo shoots. If you need a photo shoot, I'm the man to call.
Okay. Nice. So I'm gonna jump straight into this one. Now, as someone who takes pictures, there's a whole lot of behind the scenes in terms of editing those pictures. Now, for someone who would like to join into photography and would like to learn how to do editing, which softwares would you recommend that they use?
Yeah, so the softwares that are normally used for photo editing, it's your Lightroom and your Photoshop, and there are many more. There's other third parties editing softwares, but those two are the main. I think they're the most famous. They're well known because they're user friendly and anyone can get a hold of them. So those are the two major ones that I can think of right now. The other third parties, if you find any type of editing software, I think it's good enough. People are starting to edit their images and stuff like that from their cell phones. It's gone to that extreme. So these major things are not, I would say that it's useful to have them, but don't let it be your last resort.
Yeah.
What is the best angle for a photo?
Best angle for a photo? Well, it solely depends. It depends on what you are capturing. The best angle is the angle which you see as a photographer. So whatever you see as a photographer, and that's the best angle. That's your eye. That's what you want people to see. That's the best angle. There's no rule to say that this is the specific angle that you should always take for this shot. No, you are free. You are more than willing to do anything that you want to do as long as you want the viewer to see what you see with your eye.
Now, Jumping to cameras. Cameras, we all know, are quite expensive. For someone that's a beginner who wants to take part in photography, which cameras, which entry-level cameras would you recommend that they get to or get to see or get to know? Which ones would you recommend in terms of photography?
Yeah, we got a lot of cameras nowadays, Tshepo. I mean, um, cell phones are taking over the market. If you're talking about it's expensive to get a camera,
Yeah.
even cell phones are becoming expensive because of the camera that the cell phone holds. However, there are many other cameras that one can use. It depends on what type of look you want your pictures to have. So you have your DSLRs, which has a specific look and feel. You have your mirrorless cameras, which are better quality, higher quality. However, you cannot change lenses on those. So it depends on your budget, like you said, Tshepo. They are expensive, but for entry level, I would say that grab a DSLR camera because you can change your lenses in due time if you have budget for it. Lenses range from prices. You can get second-hand lenses. It doesn't have to be brand new lenses. Even so, your DSLR cameras are the ones to go for nowadays. And if you have budget for a brand new cell phone, these ones with the top cameras, you can even go for a cell phone. Cell phone photography is one of the new in things. People don't walk around that much anymore with cameras. They just take out their cell phones, and you would think it's done by a professional photographer with a professional camera.
Yeah, true with that.
So, Alsinio, you talk about cell phones. Me, I don't know photography. I don't know what is a better camera. What's the best megapixel in a camera that I can choose from if I want to just get me a phone? Like, I know you get 2 megapixels, 5 megapixels. What's the difference? Or what is a better phone to get with a better camera?
Look, you see, you can't compare, for example, a camera photography and cell phone photography. It's like apples and oranges. You can't say that they're similar. However, you would look for the closest familiarity between the two. So DSLRs and other cameras with good image quality, the sensors should have at least 24 megapixels and up. So a cell phone, if you're looking for good camera, you will be looking at something closest to 24 megapixels or higher. So if you're looking for a cell phone to use and it has 24 megapixels, it's exactly the same as using a DSLR, but this is only the sensor. The settings and the way you use your camera and the different lenses that's on a camera compared to the static lens that you find in your cell phone, that's the difference.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. So you need to, if you're looking for the megapixels, the sensor of the image, you're looking at 24 megabytes. You try to get the closest range today. Megapixels. Sorry, I'm talking about
the size.
megapixels.
No problem with that.
Okay, so Alsinio will show us how to take photos, what angles. We will have a video of that. Yeah, so Alsinio, what is more cost effective if I'm starting out? Because there's a lot of photographers, because we're looking at it as an opportunity for the youth of today. They to turn something from a hobby, maybe to a career, maybe to an opportunity. What is the most cost effective person? Like, say me, I'm looking at myself, I want to become a photographer, but I don't have a lot of money. What would be the most cost effective in terms of starting a photography at home?
I'll just give you a history on how I started. Remember, I never wanted to do photography, but I saw that there's actually potential in me and I saw the potential in the industry. So starting off with photography, I never had a camera. I never had a camera I think it was for a year. I never had my own personal camera. but I've been doing events. I've been doing banquets, photo shoots, and stuff like that. And I didn't own a camera. So for me, the most cost-effective thing, and this is a tip for those that want to go into photography and they don't have equipment, I would say just start off. Fake it till you make it. That's what I did. I faked it till I did it. So I was acting like I have the equipment and all of that stuff. But I did an event. I did my first banquet without any equipment. I told the people that I got my cameras, I got everything. And then the guy, one of my friends, had a camera. So I had to hire the camera for him, from him. So I actually I had them book the banquet with me, and then with the money that they booked the banquet with me, I paid the guy that I hired the camera for. So that's how I started making profit. That's how I started making profit in order to get my own camera. So I never had anything. The most cost-effective camera that you can get is cost-efficient. Like I said, a DSLR. A DSLR is good to go. And then you can build on a DSLR. It's like a PC. You get the motherboard and you can add your own RAM and all of that stuff. And that same thing works with your lenses, your tripod, your flash, your lights, and all of that stuff. So get any cheap DSLR camera, I would say.
Nice, nice. Now, speaking about being cost effective, in terms of, for example, someone who would want to start their own home studio or just any kind of studio in general, and they can't afford to buy things such as your lighting, your reflectors, which tips or tricks would you recommend that they can use or jump into to actually get that equipment? For example, one that I, for example, one that I know of or that I actually done is using cardbox and foil as a reflector.
That's creative. Yeah, that's creative. I mean, yeah, that's how you start off. YouTube, Pinterest, all of these things, they give you how to DIYs, and that's the way to go, because things are becoming ridiculously expensive outside, especially in our country, in South Africa. I don't know why. It's more expensive than if you could find it in another country. But yeah, do some DIY tutorials on YouTube like you did with the foil and the cardboard. It works. These things work. I mean, if you take, for example, if you take a photo shoot and that foil and cardboard box is in the background and your picture comes out, nobody would say that you use the cardboard, and you would just keep you flying macho that you gave a quality picture because the lighting was good. So for starting off at the studio at home, for a studio at home, I would say that those DIY tricks from YouTube. I mean, you can, if you're a youth and you're at home still, you can steal some of your mother's things in the kitchen just to create what you want to create in the backyard. It doesn't have to be all fancy and stuff, as long as your images come out crisp and clear and quality.
So you were talking about facilitating. Do you still do facilitation?
Right now, Mo, I'm full-time doing media at my church, Evangelistic Outreach Ministries. So I would say that it is some type of facilitating, because I'm the media department in the church, and we got a lot of youth, because youth are interested in these type of things, in videos, cameras, photography, especially nowadays. So everything that I know, I pass it on as knowledge to the next. I do not keep anything back. I'm more than willing to learn from them as well. But yeah, facilitating has never stopped since I've started here at the ministry. It still carries on. I teach all the young people that come and volunteer here at the ministry.
Oh, that's great work, man. Great work, Alsinio. I was just going to actually ask, how can people get hold of you?
Yeah, so people can get a hold of me basically on Instagram and Facebook at AP Photography. It's simple as that. Just AP Photography, you'll find me there, or Alsinio Philander.
Okay.
Oh, P for Philander.
Yeah.
Alsinio, yeah.
Now AP as in A P,
Okay.
because I'm just trying to clarify that, so people don't get confused of who. Yeah, and contact number if you would like to share for any business or
So
facilitation training.
any business, anything, any photo shoot, anything that you're interested in, you can contact me at 073-351-1925. You can get me on that number over there, and you can check my social media and DM me as well.
Nice. Alsinio, thank you very much for joining us today, man. We truly do appreciate it. Hopefully, what you've said today, what you've told us, will be able to inspire someone to get into it and jump into their photography business themselves and be able to be a proper startup. You know what I'm saying? As you said, tips, tricks, be cost efficient when necessary and such. So hopefully they'll take to that and follow that as well. Thank you for joining us today, man.
Thank you so much, guys. Tshepo and Mo. It was good to be here.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for joining
there
us.
We have it.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us again on another episode of A Man's Journey. Photography segment. We're getting to it. So Mo will be coming through from our side with photography as well as videography. You stay tuned for that. Mo, anything from your side?
There we have it, guys. Photography at its best. As you can see the video, how it's done. We're gonna have a nice session on how to actually take a video. So please stay tuned. If you're interested in doing your own music video, your own videography, if you want to grow a business in photography, please stay tuned. We want to get you and motivate you, empower you to actually do something with your life and have something. Turn a hobby into a career.
Yeah, definitely.
Who are we to say anything? So thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Mo.
And I'm Tshepo. Thank you very much for joining us. Please do remember, subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and stay tuned for more that's coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Subscribe. If you click subscribe, you're going to get something. Thank you.